Can I tell you a secret real quick? I like video games. A lot. Now, personally, I've always had the dream of making my own video game one day. However, I know now that it's a lot harder than it looks. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes to make an actual good game. Hell, there's a lot of work that goes behind a bad game too. And sometimes it's just down to poor management. Sometimes. Video game development is not easy since one mistake can really ruin everything. You have to learn how to code, you have to learn how to make the assets, you have to actually know what the game is going to be about, you have to make sure that the mechanics go together well and smoothly. Now this video isn't on game development, rather it's on me failing to make a game. So yeah, I tried to make a game, but it didn't go out that well, for me at least, since I was the only person on that team. The story is very recent too, so buckle up, this is probably going to be long, depending on how long I make it, I don't know. It started in February where I saw a sign for my school's esports team, which I didn't even know they had an esports team. I expressed interest in it though, and decided to join. Turns out it was district-wide, and basically we were competing against other schools. They had Valorant, Rocket League, Smash Bros, which I also signed up for, and the topic of today's video, the game development or STEM team. I was hoping that it was going to be paired with a team that knew what they were doing, but turns out there was no team at all. There were people who signed up for STEM, but however, none of them actually participated in STEM, at least to my knowledge. So I was asked in a call in Discord, yes, they actually had a Discord, which is actually a pretty cool place, to see if I wanted to be the leader. I declined at first, simply because I had no idea what I was doing at all. That's gonna be a theme of today's video, isn't it? Having no idea what I'm doing at all. I declined, and they asked why I wanted to decline. And I told them that I had no idea how to make a game or where to even start at first. They did offer to actually help me, and that was the moment where I actually joined the team, since I was hoping that I would get help. I did get help, but that wouldn't really help me actually finish the game properly. Honestly, shout out to the STEM tutors who actually helped me during the process of making the game. They were actually pretty kind and pretty cool to hang out with. So yeah, shout out to them. Back on the topic, we're supposed to make a concept video of what the game would be like if we actually started development on it. I'm going to show you the original concept video instead of the actual one I sent in, because I find the original way better, and the first one I sent in, it's actually pretty lazy looking back on it. So I want to make this clear. I am not a game developer. Out of all the other videos coming up, this is possibly my favorite one that I made. It's somewhat funny. I kind of show off my personality, and I get to show off what my game could be, and how I could have made it, if I lived in the timeline where that actually happened. See, this isn't a video about how I actually made a game and everything went right and nothing bad happened. Trust me, I would have loved to make that video, but that didn't happen, did it? The video itself had pretty good editing, considering I did some of it on a phone. I pretty much used screenshots from Sam and Max, comics that is, as like a sort of avatar, which I still kind of do it to this day. The reality is I have no art skills in order to make my own talk sprites, and I don't know what the channel mascot would be in the first place. So basically, Sam and Max screenshots it is. Back to the video itself, it's really concise in how I wanted to get my points across. It explains what the game actually would be, and I just like the video itself. You want to know what isn't well made though? This. Now, I need to ask you, what am I looking at? No, seriously, I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the current final product. This isn't a previous build. This isn't a video of a previous build. This is me playing the actual finished game. Finished is in quotation marks since I didn't even finish the game. I have no one else to blame but myself for making this, but at the same time, what the hell is this? Okay, now that I showed you the game, let's see how it ended up like this with the other stuff I had to do. So after showing you what the hell that was, what was the concept of the game? Well, I'm glad you probably didn't actually ask. Essentially, it was supposed to be a card game boss rush RPG. The card game portion was when you got into battle, instead of actually fighting, you did a card game. The actual RPG portion was the overworld, and it was set up as a boss rush by design, since there was mainly 3 fights in the actual game. There's 1 fight in the finished game. So looking at it again, probably, you could kind of see what I was trying to do. And essentially you could see how you would have probably played it. You can actually play what was supposed to be Legend of the Cards, which is the name of the game, which I link in the description, but why would you want to play it? It's unfinished. Why? But with that aside, let's get into the second video.
Hey, Patrick, what do you think about Sandy's milk?
I don't like this video. I genuinely don't know what about the video I don't like, whether it be like the video length or the stuff in the video in general. I just don't like this video. It feels not on to par what I usually had either coming up or like previously, like with the original video I sent in. Because really, it just feels low effort. I mean, I didn't want it to be low effort or feel low effort, but it just does, since usually it's within like a minute, but even the ones coming up are like a minute, but still have like some sort of high quality I still enjoy to them. But this one in general just feels off to me. Essentially, we were tasked with actually making the sprites move, hence why the movement system is currently like it is right now. Overall, I'd say I completed this task pretty well. The sprite moves. The sprite moves. Yeah, the sprite moves. Okay, so I'm lumping the third and fourth video together since they are pretty similar, honestly. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's my video. Shut the hell up. On the third video, we were talking about the card game portion, which was supposed to be the meat and potatoes of the game, which ended up being the hardest one to actually develop for since we didn't actually know how to make the basis for the card game. I knew how to make the cards, and I knew how to drag and drop them into the spaces, and I knew how to, like, actually defeat them. Well, actually, you know, make them defeated, but the problem is that we don't know how to make the AI properly, meaning that when you got into a fight, you basically just throw the cards down onto the thing, and that's it. You just win. You just throw the cards onto the base and just win. See how the final product ended up being this way, kinda? The fourth one actually goes into how we actually made the gameplay and improved upon the gameplay, so hence why I kinda lumped them in together since they go hand in hand with each other. If you want my opinions on the videos themselves, they're fine, they're okay, but going back to the game, I kinda wish I did more during the time I actually had to actually flesh more of the card game mechanics out, I guess. Of all the 7 videos I made, this is possibly my 3rd favorite video. For this one, we actually had to review each other's game. I didn't know whether or not to show the game, so in the end I decided to just not show it. I will send a link in the description if you want to play it for yourself. But long story short, it was actually the video I had the most fun making. So shout out to Philip and Mary, the people who made Abduction, the game in question that I didn't show. It's actually probably better than the game I currently have right now. But yeah, long story short, I actually like this one. If you're wondering about the theme of this one, we were supposed to give each other feedback and implement it into our games. However, I couldn't really do that since I didn't know how to hide the cards, which is one of the criticisms they gave me, since by seeing the cards it ruined the suspense sorta. So yeah, that was that video, honestly. I'm skipping to the 7th and final video since week 6 is pretty lazy, and that was the moment where I got demotivated a lot, and I really didn't feel like wanting to finish the game at that point, since I had a lot of mental health struggles that I don't want to get into. The reason why I felt demotivated to work on it was because of school-related reasons. And I don't want to bring the video down by bringing that up right now, so let's just skip to the 7th video.
Yo, no disrespect!
Explaining this one a little bit more, my team somehow made 5th in STEM. Well, I made 5th in STEM since I was the only person on the team. Essentially, this meant I had to put in my A game. I didn't know how to put in my A game, and I lost. Before, I was gonna ask if I could just forfeit since I made almost no progress on the game, but I decided against it and decided to just make the best of what I had. It wasn't enough. This one's theme was player feedback, and I got a lot of it. Well, 2. From Cosmic and another one of the STEM tutors. I tried to fulfill everyone's feedback as best I could, but in the end, I really couldn't do it. But hey, at least I made 5th place. That isn't so bad. I mean, it's best of 8, so... Granted, I could have upped the ante on editing, but really, it's just a nice video. And that's basically the final STEM video I did. I didn't win, obviously, but hey, I enjoyed my time when it wasn't painful. And honestly, it was a fun experience, both the STEM experience and the esports experience in general. I would do it again, but they honestly don't do graduate stuff, so who knows. Shout out to the STEM tutors. No, just shout out to the entire league since they were really nice and helpful. I honestly have no idea how to end the video. If you enjoyed the video though, just subscribe I guess, and like the video. I probably scared like half of you off just saying that, but if you do actually enjoy the video, at least just give the video a like, and if you do actually enjoy the video currently or some of the stuff you're watching right now, you might as well just subscribe so you know when I'm going to upload. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon.